Hey everybody, I'm Rachel with DV Allies. So today what I would like to talk to you about is something that I call positive projection. I think that's what it's called. I don't know, kind of making that up. But it's basically a form of projection that I think a lot of us do. Okay, so taking a step back, just to make sure we're all on the same page here, let's take a minute to talk about what projection is and the way that people typically mean that. A lot of times that can be a negative thing if someone accuses me of lying. And I'm like, I'm not lying, but I bet you are, and I bet that's why you think that I am. So I think hopefully that makes sense, where it's somebody accuses you of something that they are doing, kind of to take the attention off of them. So positive projection I've seen happen so many times, and to be honest, I've probably been guilty of it myself, at least before I really knew that was a thing. And what that can look like is when somebody discloses abuse to you, it's really easy and probably natural to be like, whoa, is that for real? That is such awful treatment. I would never treat my spouse like that, or my kid, or whatever. Like, that can't possibly be true. I can't fathom treating my spouse like that. Well, right, you can't fathom that because you're a normal, healthy human being. The issue is a lot of people do choose to abuse typically their partners or their kids, sometimes others. And it's hard for those of us who are kind and decent human beings who love our partners and our kids to fathom, like, it could that even be real? I can't imagine treating my people that way. And I think it's pretty natural to be like, holy cow, I can't imagine that. That's really hard to believe. It's another thing, it gets dangerous when you say, oh, I'm sure he didn't mean that, or you probably just misread the situation. Nobody really would actually act that way. Or those types of things when someone is disclosing abuse to you and you're just like, nope, I'm not going to believe that. I'm going to choose not to believe that. There's no way that can be true. And that's such a normal thing for people to do when we are kind human beings who treat each other well. But not everybody is like that. So I would just caution you to be careful, and really try to believe people when they're disclosing abuse to you. Sometimes there's good evidence of it, sometimes there's not. A lot of times there is good evidence of it, but people choose not to believe, because they don't want to see the evidence, or that's a positive projection thing too. Like, I don't want to see that. I would never act that way, so I can't believe that anybody else would ever act that way. Guess what? They do. If they didn't, I wouldn't be here. There wouldn't be anything for us DV advocates to do if people didn't act that way. They do, I assure you. Yeah, so my encouragement is really just to believe people when they disclose abuse. And it is really hard, if not impossible, to see where people are coming from when they choose to abuse, because we just can't fathom acting that way. But try to believe it and try to take the victim's word for it. It is very rare for people to lie about abuse. Occasionally they do, but it's very rare. So we choose to believe first. But then also keep our eyes and ears open if potentially we're being lied to. So that's that for today. Let me know if you have any other topics you want me to talk about. I would love to hear from you on what else you're curious about. Please subscribe to my channel. Please share my videos. Watch some of the others. I've got a bunch now. Yeah, have a great day. See ya.